समझ नहीं आ रहा अपने सैलरी इंक्रीमेंट का क्या करूं।
बेटा इतना क्या सोच रहा है? अपने म्यूचुअल फंड्स के एसआईपी का टॉपअप करा ले। दिस इज द राइट टाइम।
क्या समझ में नहीं आया।
बेटा इतना क्या सोच रहा है? अपने म्यूचुअल फंड्स का एसआईपी टॉपअप करा ले। दिस इज द राइट टाइम।
अब समझा।
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme related documents carefully.
Call it the hour of reckoning for Rahul Gandhi. It's time to tell and show the country how he can change the lives of the underprivileged and oppressed sections of society and how he can bring social and economic justice for them. For several years now, he has been offering caste census as the panacea for all their problems. It may look like a throwback to Mandal versus Kamandal politics of the 1990s, but he has looked convinced that what undid the Congress then, especially in the Hindi heartland, would do the same to Narendra Modi's BJP today. Let's not prejudge yet. Telangana CM Revanth Reddy, his acolyte, has given Rahul Gandhi a perfect opportunity to show what he plans to achieve through a nationwide caste census. Let's first hear what Telangana Congress leaders have to say about the caste census report. As revealed by State Irrigation Minister Uttam Kumar Reddy in Hyderabad on Sunday, 56.33% of Telangana's population belongs to backward classes. This includes about 10% of BC Muslims too. The SCs constitute 17.43% and the STs 10.45%. Today marks a revolutionary step for social justice in Telangana, Uttam Kumar Reddy said, adding that the survey aligns with the vision of quote-unquote future Prime Minister Rahul Gandhi. Revanth Reddy is walking the talk, unlike his Karnataka counterpart Siddaramaiah, who has been sitting over the caste census report for close to a decade, promising to present it at the next cabinet meeting for several months now. Siddaramaiah, an OBC leader, is facing opposition from powerful Vokaliga and Lingayat leaders in his party, given that the caste survey purportedly shows the population of these two communities much lower than commonly projected. But trust Siddaramaiah to make the report public at a convenient time, using it like a Pandora's box if and when the political heat generated as much from within as outside becomes too much to bear. Revanth Reddy seems more inclined to stir the political pot in Telangana. Just how the latest caste survey is likely to play out politically and in matters of governance can be gauged from K. Chandrasekhar Rao's daughter, Kavita, from what she wrote for NDTV about 3 weeks back. And she wrote, Telangana under the leadership of KCR had witnessed firsthand the transformative power of targeted policies, whether through BC welfare programs, the post-matric scholarship schemes for BC students, and BC residential schools. For other community initiatives, the BRS government in Telangana introduced life insurance for the weaver community, government support for intercaste weddings, free electricity for saloons to support the Nai Brahmin community, life insurance for weavers, and various other schemes for the Dhobi community, to name a few. Quote unquote, that was K. Kavita. Now think of how our politicians would start distributing resources among these and other communities once they have a data set about their population. It will go to a whole new level. You can only let your imagination fly. Telangana is likely to witness much more amplified demands from different caste groups for their share in resource allocations, apart from reservations in government jobs and educational institutions, of course, once the Revanth Reddy government makes the entire data public. As it is, backward classes get 29% reservation, SCs 15% and STs 6% in jobs and employment in Telangana. If the Revanth Reddy government decides to act on the caste survey, the implications will span much beyond a state or a political party. Telangana is likely to become a pilot project or a laboratory of what Rahul Gandhi seeks to achieve by the caste census. On the face of it looks like Gandhi is borrowing the slogan of BSP founder Kanshiram, जिसकी जितनी संख्या भारी हो उसकी उतनी हिस्सेदारी, greater the number, larger the share. Gandhi has, however, remained vague about specifics. He has spoken about taking the reservation ceiling beyond the court-mandated 50%, but that is in the context of quota in government jobs and education. He has been repeatedly raising the issue of minuscule OBC representation among the secretaries to the government of India. 3 out of 90, as he said in September 2023. He is evidently convinced that the caste of decision makers has a bearing on the orientation of policies towards disadvantaged groups. He seems to be tying himself in knots though, because Rahul Gandhi, projected as a future PM by Congress leaders, is a Dattatreya Brahmin. Speaking in the Lok Sabha on Monday, Rahul Gandhi called the Telangana caste census report shocking. And I quote him here, about 90% of Telangana are either Dalit, Adivasi, backward or minorities. I am convinced that is the story across the country. I am absolutely convinced that the OBC population of the country is not one less than 50%, possibly 55%. Unquote. Here I am quoting Rahul Gandhi's speech in the Lok Sabha. And he went on. If we look at the largest corporates and largest media companies in India, none of them is owned by OBCs, Dalits or tribals. Once the caste census is tabled, we will know how much of this country's wealth and power and how many institutions are owned by 90% of the population. Imagine what will happen when we apply AI or artificial intelligence on the data that we get from the caste census. Then Gandhi spoke about the participation of Dalits, OBCs in ruling the country, in the distribution of the wealth. Well, noble thoughts, I must say. But the fact is that there are lots of ambiguities when it comes to Rahul Gandhi's idea of caste census. Is it about proportionate quota in jobs and education? Let's not even talk about the legal hindrances for now. For instance, can you give 50% reservation to BCs or backward classes in Telangana? Can you allocate 50% of the state's resources for their welfare? Would it also mean proportionate representation in decision-making positions? Say 56 BCs out of 100 ministers, percentage-wise, joint secretaries, principal secretaries, judges, school and college principals, patwaris, SHOs, sarpanches, etc. in Telangana. Just remember, they are all decision makers in their own right, in their own spheres. I know I'm sounding almost sarcastic and dismissive here, but it's as much to do with my cynicism about the impracticality of proportionate representation and distribution, as with my ignorance about Rahul Gandhi's plans. He has probably thought it through, unlike the Narendra Modi-led government that set up the Rohini Commission on the sub-categorisation of OBCs in 2017, only to give it over a dozen extensions and then sweep its report under the carpet. If that is the case, and Rahul Gandhi has a proper roadmap for everyone ready to implement, Telangana caste survey offers a huge opportunity to him. It will allow him to show India how it can be transformative for underprivileged sections. If he rolls out the blueprint in Telangana soon, it will put the Modi government in a tight spot. Remember, the centre has been delaying the census and has been evasive on the issue of enumerating castes in it. In the latest budget, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has allocated only 574 crore for the census, indicating that the government has not decided yet to conduct a census in 2025. In 2019, the Union Cabinet had approved a 8,754 crore proposal for conducting a census in 2021. So when Nirmala Sitharaman is allocating only 574 crore for this financial year, we know the government has not made up its mind. If Rahul Gandhi can steer the Revanth Reddy government to announce some radical measures in pursuance of the caste census report, the issue would probably start gaining traction nationally and put the ruling BJP in a spot of bother. But if the Telangana caste survey does not go beyond political rhetoric in terms of follow-up policy actions, it will completely take the shine off Rahul Gandhi's mega poll pitch. The Congress will then find itself trapped in the caste web Gandhi wove so assiduously to ensnare the BJP. That's all from me in this episode of Politically Correct. Thanks for watching.